Two of the most storied and legendary programs this sport has to offer. Their legacy stretched through the fabric of college football, and until today, they've only met once. And it is time to add a long overdue chapter to this story. Welcome to Sooner Nation in Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Oklahoma Sooners. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Out with it, it's Stewart. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Hands it off. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
He'll go out of bounds. Inside the 40, they'll mark it at the 39.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver. They can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
The Wolverines, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Back to pass, it's Underwood. Steps away to find some room. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
And in this weather, man, you start to see more of this. You try to throw the ball harder to penetrate it through the weather and get it to your target, but just catching a football that's a little bit slippery sometimes, you'll see some of those drops, and it's just part of the game.
And back to the air on second down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Well, it's a second catch on the drive, and that's obviously a massive play for this offense. And he's starting to prove to his quarterback here that he's winning his one-on-ones, and he deserves some more looks.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan!
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting a drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Oh, what a move to get room. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
The give on the option. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
It's great to have a physical offensive line that you can count on, that you can just lean on them up front and fall forward and get first downs. Man, what a comfortable, what a nice spot to be in if you're an offensive coordinator.
To the air, it's Mateer. Pocket breaking down. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
It's complete on the right side. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
3rd down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Sooners!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the 2nd level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Michigan offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. The give to the back. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Underwood. Got his man quickly. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. There's the pressure. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back games. This guy's notched a sack. Starting to be a problem. A guy that's diagnosing passes, rushing the passer really, really well. This defense could use this guy's production consistently.
Wolverines will call on their punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. To the ground with the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The Sooners in the hurry up.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's third down from the 45. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the mark. Turning it on! And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So after the break, they'll go back to work. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
Return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They really didn't fortune this time. There he goes.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Wolverines can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Gets it to him on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Marsh. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away. He wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off of him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the first down.
Quick completion to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Lets it go. Got it in the middle, it's Haynes. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
And how nice is it, David, on third down to have a viable option running routes out of your backfield? That's why this running back is so valuable to this offense.
Yeah, and what matchup do I want to play? I want to play matchups where I have the advantage. I got a speed matchup of a linebacker versus a running back. Nice route, looking like he's going outside, cuts it in. Nice timing and rhythm with the quarterback. Nice third down conversion.
He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Completing a forward pass was much like solving the Rubik's Cube for Michigan a year ago, but now, Jesse, they have the nation's top recruit in Bryce Underwood, and the key is to develop him.
Yes, because he is the future for Michigan. There is no question about it. And you just saw just 2 seasons ago, when you've got a quarterback who's dynamic, who's highly recruited and developed, a guy like J.J. McCarthy, the sky's the limit for Michigan. You can win national championships. That's the hope for the Wolverines moving forward.
Looking for a man, it's Underwood. Makes the grab, it's Marsh. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
And the Wolverines had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. The Wolverines started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Power football with the run. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it on the run. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
I was so excited for this game because I just knew it was going to be a back-and-forth battle, and that's what we've seen here. Great job by the quarterback. Good decision, reading the coverage, accurate throw. They get the extra point. This thing is all knotted up.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. South Carolina steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Columbia a ton of confidence. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose. The 20. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Sooners.
That is exactly what you want from your offense, man. Late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. To the air on first down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. That's caught. It's marked. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45.
This is why he's the quarterback leading his team, because he can do things like that, the unscripted stuff, and buy time, scramble outside the pocket, complete the pass down the field. Just so hard to stop as opposed to a guy that just stands in the pocket and you know exactly where he's going to be every single play.
And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Finds the tight end. They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Dumps it to the back. That's caught. It's Haynes. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Michigan. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Every coach in the country talks about finishing half strong. Man, how about that? You get the touchdown, a chance to tie this game up and take all the momentum into halftime.
And he added the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He might want another play. To the air, it's Mateer. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking for room. It's up. Knifing through, making the play in the backfield, and they can use a timeout and try to force them to punt. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Kick is in the air. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Wolverines will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a... Breaks into the open. And he gets it to the 45. Guys, Oklahoma's transition to the SEC in 2024 taught them a lesson that you might be able to get by at times without offensive consistency, but you won't thrive. So what kind of pressure, David, is the new guy under center under?
A lot of pressure, but obviously the experience, the transfer over. He was the top guy at that spot in the transfer portal. You bring in a new offensive coordinator, new weapons around him, so a revamped new Oklahoma offense. They're hoping they will match their defense, and those wins will go up and up and up.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This defense has got some monsters up front. Individual athleticism. You see guys winning their one-on-ones. They're getting pushed. They're swimming the offensive lineman and then converging on the running back.
And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Catch in the middle. It's not. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even though the running back is able to do something positive on that 3rd down play, it's just too many yards to gain, and now they're forced to punt.
And the Sooners will try to move the chains on 4th down. Quarterback keeps it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, listen, we know this QB wants to take off. 4th down, go time, got to make a play. Defense locked in, dialed in, got to him, got him on the ground, didn't let him get to the sticks.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. To the air, it's Underwood. He's going to fire deep. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. This time it's complete. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46.
Well, that's a great job working through his progression. The first guy he wanted to throw to wasn't open. He was able to kind of get through it. And lo and behold, there's a guy wide open. Nobody near him. It's a big play for the offense.
That's reeled in. It's Marsh.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They just keep firing. Floating away. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. To the air, it's Underwood. Quarterback moving. On the run, fires downfield. He's got an open man. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find him.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines. And that one will put him up here in the 2nd half.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. They're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Grab behind the line. It's Tatum. Turns it on in midfield. Inside the 35. Knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it up to 33.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. The Sooners want to move quickly. They march to the red zone, and here they go. Takes the grab. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
That last play, not what they had in mind, and they've got a long way to go to get it close to the goal line to pick up a first down. Still looking on the move. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be fourth down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Snags it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. That might seem like a risky call to go for it on fourth down there, but you can't just hand the defense a win in that spot, David.
No, and when you go back and you look at games, a lot of times those field goals get you beat. And this offense is like, forget that, we're going to be aggressive. And because they got it, it was a great call.
The Sooners trying to cash it in on first and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Calls his own number. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Big guy smells it. Got the completion, but couldn't quite maneuver his way in. He'll be inches short of the score.
Yeah, and now it's fourth down. It's money down, and I don't think there's a question right here. You need the touchdown. You got to put that on the scoreboard. You're going for it. You're putting your best play forward right now.
And this could prove to be the biggest play of the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. Using his feet. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
Man, I love these goal-to-go situations. Give it to your QB. Don't do any of the read stuff. Don't do any of this stuff that takes time. Go now, get downhill, follow your blocks, and get in the end zone. Nice decisiveness by the QB.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. The give out of the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Scanning the field, it's Underwood. Fires to the big fella. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26.
The #1 goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Haynes. At midfield, he's got room. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
Wants to go up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play. 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
A field goal attempt from here would be 54 yards. They'd love to pick up a few on 3rd down. The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one. A field goal attempt from here would be 54 yards. They'd love to pick up a few on third down. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Fires left. Got his man downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
The Wolverines looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Going to the run, it's Haynes. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Enormous play coming right here. Third down, and this crowd is bringing down the house. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. Just over a minute to go in this one. They have the lead now to try to hold.
Big-time kick late in the fourth quarter to take the lead. Now, not much time left. Defense has to be ready on the sideline, ready for the 2-minute drill, knowing exactly what you're doing to get one more stop.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Makes the quick grab. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Caught in the backfield. It's Tatum. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of
it. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. Rushes on him. can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Got it in the middle. It's Sategna. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. This would be a really long field goal try. Needs some yards as they hustle to the line. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials move it 5 yards back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Quarterback may change this route. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Going the other way, and he's got room.